Hey guys, welcome back to Words of War. My name is Jorge Guerra.
And I'm Sergio Guerra.
And today we're going to be reviewing Thor, the Darkworld, with Natalie Portman, Hart, and Chris Hemsworth, and Christopher Eccleston, which is the Ninth Doctor, which is awesome. So this is a continuation in Marvel's universe movie making of the first Thor, where Thor kind of learned how to become a man, and now he saved the world with the Avengers. Now he's back in Asgard. There's the whole thing with Loki created like this whole war between the realms, and unbeknownst to him and his father, back in the day there was like this race of dark elves who had this weapon of mass destruction against the universe, and his granddad stopped it, and then like just kind of locked it away, and everybody forgot about it. End of story, right? Not so much, because now it's kind of coming back, and Thor has to like go through his journey to kind of stop that bad guy from destroying the universe once again. So all in all, you know, I personally I really liked that it was a really well told story. Like I really think Marvel's doing that right as far as what they're doing with their films. I think they're really they tell a good story, and it's not necessarily just like a superhero movie. It's a well told story. It works really well. I was not that much into Thor before their movies, and like now I kind of want to go read the comics, because like it works really well. Their mix of science and like an old school kind of like Lord of the Rings kind of like kind of feel. It was really well done and really well melded. You know, there was comedy, like it was typical Marvel Universe movie right now, where it has the right amount of comedy, right amount of adventure. You know, everybody loved Loki, so he's kind of back in the mix, and it was a really cool back and forth between the two characters of Thor and Loki again. I thought that was really cool again. But yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it. What did you think about it?
Well, I thought it was a pretty good movie. I wasn't actually very thrilled. I also don't follow the Thor character very much, so I wasn't very thrilled when the first one came out. And then I went to watch it, and I was actually pleasantly surprised. It was a pretty good movie. It had a lot more comedy in it than I thought it would have, and it kind of sold me on the character. You know, of course, Chris Hemsworth. You know, he does really well in the character. Now we've seen him various times as Thor, and so going into this movie didn't feel as bad, even though I wasn't really attracted to the story as far as the commercials were going. But I have to say that it was a pretty well told story. It never got very like too fantasy like, even though you're dealing with like dark elves and things like that, you know, and like the Norse gods and stuff like that, you know. So it was a pretty good mix. It was a very entertaining film. The story flowed pretty well. There was enough action to keep you interested also as well. You know, the usual, like George was saying, Marvel, you know, has been, I thought also that they're doing pretty well as far as how they're telling their stories and kind of intermeshing them. You know, there's a little bit leaking into Avengers from, you know, some of the other movies, and from the Avengers to this movie, and so that's kind of nice to see. Just like in the old comics when you had the crossovers, you know, like you had one character coming into another character's world. So I think that definitely makes you know, the stories all just seem more real and better and more fulfilling. So as far as the Darkworld goes, you know, I think it's a good movie. You should probably go watch it, you know, especially if you're into the Marvel universe. It doesn't necessarily do much to construct. If you're looking at this kind of as a, you know, if you're starting to look at the movies, because some of my friends are seeing the Iron Man movies, Thor movies, or all that as like stepping stones for the Avengers movies or whatever. So if you're seeing this as that, you won't get a lot extra out of this that you could see, okay, well, that's going towards the big Avengers story with Thanos and all that. So if you're following it that way, you probably won't get it. But it's entertaining. I think it's a better movie than the first Thor. Not as much comedy, couple of stupid like logic holes and stuff like that. You know, things just happened to work out with, Jane, like, the lost love. She happens to find this weapon that George was talking about, right? Like, out of everyone in the universe, 9 realms.
Fate is bringing them
9 realms, and she just happens to be, and for no reason. Like, they don't ever explain it. Like, it's not like her scientific research, and there was something there, and then it was just like, literally, like, oh, here's the mega weapon everyone on Earth, everyone in 9 realms has always been looking for. So, things like that, if you can, like, kind of swallow those, like, logic pills, or lack of logic pills, I should say, then you'll be fine. But it was entertaining.
What would you give it?
I'd rate this movie, I'd give it an 8, because, like I said, I think anybody can go watch this movie and enjoy it. And so, you don't necessarily have to have followed all the other Marvel movies. You can just sit down and watch it, and it's a straightforward, like, story. So, yeah.
I'm going to go with a 9, just because, for me, it's definitely something I want to watch again. I would probably go watch it again in the theaters. We saw it in 3D, so as far as that, I don't think it needs to be seen in 3D, but it was good. I enjoyed it, so it's definitely going to go on my Blu-ray list. So that's where I'll go with a 9. And there was enough like little fan fodder and all that stuff in there that like just makes you like go, ee. But yeah. But anyways, what makes me go? Ee. But and of course Natalie Portman, Heart again. But yeah. So that's what I'm gonna go with. So if you've seen it or if you see it, as always, like, subscribe, comment. Definitely comment if you think we're wrong, if you think you have the same opinion, whatever the case may be. If you think Chris Hemsworth is a hunk and we didn't cover that, I apologize. I know apparently I was told that a bunch of guys have crushes on them too, and I was all about Natalie Portman, by the way. Oh, alas. But let us know again, once again, Jorge Guerra.
Sergio Guerra.
And you have a good one. Bye-bye.
Bye.